All right, welcome to bodyweight strength class. This is a 10-minute workout all about the core and booty. So we're going to keep it simple. 2 exercises, 45 seconds of work. No, we're going to do 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds rest. Correction there. And we're going to do, the first one's going to be a dead bug hold or alternate. Now, if you have something in your house that you can grab and squeeze, object could be like, it's got to be something moderately firm, like a foam roller, an exercise ball. You can use that, and I'll show you why. So the first exercise is simply, you're gonna have your legs up at 90. And if you have something to push into, exercise ball works fine, even if it's a lot bigger. You're gonna rest your head on the ground, take the natural arch out of your back, flatten it completely to the ground, push into your arms and legs here, and then you're gonna create some pressure here. And if you can if this is hard, you stay here for the 50 seconds. And this could be very challenging for a lot of people. But if you think it's gonna be easy, you can do opposite arm and hand lowering. So you lower down, then you come back up, you push in and lower. So you still keep the pressure going, but you do that. So keep your head on the ground. I'm talking here, so that's why mine's up. But the whole time, you're just pushing that lower back in the ground, breathing and bracing that tight core. Second exercise, just 10 seconds break. You get to relax a second. You're going to do a glute bridge. So I like to keep it a posterior pelvic tuck to fire those glutes more and keep your back safe. So if you put your hands on your hips and you flatten your lower back into the ground here, your index finger gets closer to your upper body and your thumb underneath here gets further away. That's a posterior pelvic tuck. So you're going to try and keep that, and then you're going to drive up. And if you think you lost it at the top, just tuck under at the top and think of tucking your index finger on the top of your hips under and squeeze there. Now, this exercise very well could be easy for some people. So keeping that posterior pelvic tuck, if you want to send one leg out to a little candlestick here and hold here, that's going to fire that glute a lot more for that 50 seconds. All right, so here we go. This is 5 rounds, just simple exercises, but challenging. And here we go. Going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So if you have something, push in there. If you don't, you can, if you want, push on your knees, or you can just hold this standard dead bug here. And now from here, you're pushing that lower back into the ground, really creating tension so your core is braced here. And then if you want to do those opposite arm and leg lowering, you can, but keep that tension and don't let that back round on the ground. All right. If you have something to push into, it gives you a little bit more feedback. So sometimes you can just sit here and brace, and there's some good tension in your core. So the reason I like this exercise I give to any clients of mine who've come back from a chiropractor or any kind of injury. If you had a hernia or maybe delivered a baby recently, this one's a great exercise because it just teaches you to brace. Time. So now we're going that glute bridge. I'll come back to that story in a second. Remember, posterior pelvic tuck. It's safe for your back, fires your glutes more. So tip that hip under, flat, and drive up. So remember, it's like you're trying to tip under. Your index finger gets closer, and your bottom of your pelvis comes further away. And then I like to lift my toes off the ground, not both my feet, because then I'd be hovering and floating, and that'd be the magic trick. But just lift your feet, drive through your heels, and all of that just increases the glutes here, the burn on the glutes. And like I said, if this is easy here, then you can hold one leg, or you can march too. So you can come up. Just make sure that when you extend out here, that you're trying to keep that posterior pelvic tuck. So see, if I lost it right there, I tuck under, and then boom, that glute fires a lot more intense. So that's round 1. Finishing up here. 3, 2, 1, time. So we're coming back to that dead bug. So if you got an object, I'll finish what I was saying before. Flatten that low back to the ground, create some tension, hold here, alternates if you want. So the nice thing about this exercise is because we're not putting a lot of flexion or doing something like a rollout, which people can injure themselves if they go out too far too fast, if they have like any type of surgery or something like that. And also they need to create a lot of stability to make sure you're safe there. So this is a great one that teaches you that core stability to breathe and brace, but also really works the core, really intense if you're doing it right. So with that being said, hopefully you're feeling that burn right now. We're in round 2, and you got 15 seconds left. Now, if this is really hard, rest as needed. So you got your item here you're pushing into, come down to the ground, take a breather. When your core feels ready, come back in, you can let your back round in the rest part, Flatten back to the ground and just work when you can. Time. Same thing goes for the glute bridge, but if this is really hard, go ahead and stay with the 2-leg version and just make sure you're getting that posterior pelvic tuck and that you're ready. Let's go. And that you're not driving up too high. See right here, I have just a nice straight line, posterior pelvic tuck, good glute firing here. And this is nice, but I'm not driving up so high that I'm letting my lower back arch up and putting that pressure in my lower back, which is another reason why we like that posterior pelvic tuck. So like I said, if it's index fingers on top of your hip, thumbs are on the bottom, that's how I kind of like to hold my hips. And then you can tuck under, your top index fingers get closer and your thumbs move away. And that's a really good squeeze there, work there. 15 seconds left here. Remember to breathe through that nose, deliver more oxygen to those working muscles. And time. All right. Grab that object again. Once again, if you don't have one, not a problem. You still can work pretty hard here. And let's go. All right, breathe and brace. Flatten that lower back to the ground. Keep it pushed in the ground the whole time. Push it real good, like salt and pepper. Breathe through that nose. And then if you got the strength, you can do those opposite lowering and stuff like that. And lower down. Come back up. Keep that tension on the arms and leg that's staying there and keep working. Remember, rest as needed. 20 seconds to go. Sometimes in this one, if you come out or put your feet on the ground, you get a click or a pop in your hip. As long as it's not associated with pain, you're fine. Had that happen with some of my clients. Time. We are halfway through the workout. So around that glute bridge, 5 minutes in, 5 to go. Ready? And let's go. Drive on up. So here's another option with the hands. If you feel comfortable with that posterior pelvic tuck, I like to think my shoulders are down. They're not driving up on my neck. I turn my palms up towards me and keep my elbows bent 90 degrees and hold there and just squeeze. Kind of reminds me to keep the shoulders down. And just breathe there and squeeze those glutes, posterior pelvic tuck. Remember, if you lose that tuck, like I just lost a little bit there, it's pretty, and I put my feet down too. Oh, if your shins get tired from holding your feet up, your tibialis here, just go ahead and let your feet rest a second too. But if I'm slacking here and I kind of let my hips drop a little bit and I lose that posterior pelvic tuck, it's pretty easy. So the more your mind's involved here and that you're tucking under and squeezing hard, the more you'll get out of it. Time. The mind's super important when it comes to your training. The more focused you are and the more you can try to focus on those muscles. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The better. But the mind also can be your enemy because that's what gives up first. So mind always gives up first. So when the mind's saying in its voice, this is what it sounds like. You gotta take a break. You gotta take a break. That's what it says in your head. Just say no and stay in. It's about as high pitched as I can get my voice. That's my high pitched mind voice right there. Do your best here. Breathe through that nose. Create that tension. 15 seconds left here. Coming out in 3, 2, and time. Going to that glute bridge. So if you've got the buns of steel and you've been doing them one leg the whole time, 50 seconds, last round we just got to cut it in half. And let's go. So meaning we'll just do each leg for 25. So I'll make sure that if you are that person, that I'll let you know when to switch for the last round. That's not this round though. We got one more after this round. If you guys thought maybe this was the last round, I apologize. It's not. You still have one more full round to go. 25 seconds left here. Now, at this point in these exercises, a little fatigue can be setting in. Burn can be pretty challenging here. Remember, your mind gives up first. Just do your best. Keep squeezing and working hard here. Focus on those muscles you're working. Time. All right. Last round here. 3, 2, and let's go. All right. Create that tension. Flatten that lower back to the ground. Breathe through that nose. And keep working there. Now, I know I keep saying breathe through the nose. It is really important that you're breathing through your nose as much as possible. The mouth serves no purpose for breathing whatsoever, no anatomical function. It's a faulty breathing pattern. And the only time you should actually be breathing through your mouth is if you're trying to do a stressful breathing exercise, or when your intensity goes above 80, 90% and your heart's beating really fast and you need to get more oxygen in. Otherwise, you should be breathing through your nose. And if you'd like to learn more, come take my health and performance breathing class. All right, 5 seconds left here. Hopefully you're still breathing and working hard. Last round. All right. And if you aren't breathing, then that's a problem. So here we go. Last exercise. Well, let's go. Squeeze those glutes. Posterior pelvic tuck. So you're protecting your back, firing those glutes more, add in a march. Or if you're doing the single leg, I'll tell you when to switch. Last round, if you're going to switch, switch now. Switch legs. Give you 2-second leeway there, and now you got 23 to go. And this workout is finishing up here in 10 seconds. Guys, I'm Trainer Alheim. Hope you like this workout. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Hey everyone, Coach Stefan here. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you like this video, please click like below. And also I'd love it if you click subscribe. I'm looking to get out a lot more new content in the future that'll be really great. So if you subscribe, you'll get notified of it. And lastly, if you guys like this content and these workout videos and stuff, I also have a video subscription service that I sell. So if you're interested, check out my webpage to learn more. Thank you very much for watching this video. We'll catch you next time. Take care.